Hi all, I had a request to shoot a video showing these 5 bowling balls in action. These are the first 5 balls in the AMF Angle series of balls from the 1980s. But before we head out to the lanes to show them in action, I thought I'd talk briefly about the history of the AMF Angle for those who were not around in the 1980s to experience them firsthand. So in 1981, AMF introduced this ball, the AMF Angle. It was the first urethane bowling ball on the market, and to say that this ball was a game changer would be an understatement. Prior to the Angle, your choices with bowling balls were either plastic or rubber. Then the Angle came to market. It could outhook and hit harder than any previous bowling ball. So it was an immediate success for AMF. In mid to late 1983, AMF expanded the AMF Angle line to include this ball, which looks green but is actually a gray angle, and this ball, the gold angle. So the lineup in 1983-84 was the gray angle for dry lane conditions, the black angle for average lane conditions, and the gold angle for heavy oil conditions. And of all the bowling balls that I own, this is my favorite, if for no other reason than it starts conversations. People see me throwing that ball, they'll come up to me and they'll say, "A gold angle, I haven't seen one in ages. I had one back in the day and I loved it." Occasionally you'll get someone who'll come up to me and say, "A gold angle, those are the ugliest balls ever made," but in my mind, it's one of the best balls ever made. So, around 1985, AMF expanded the line again to include this ball, the blue angle. Now you'll see that the label on this ball is different than the others. This particular ball is labeled for television, so that when you're holding the ball on the approach, the AMF Angle logo faces to the right where the camera would be. But I have no indication that this particular blue angle was ever used on TV. So the lineup was from driest to oiliest condition: gray angle, black angle, blue angle, and gold angle. Then around 1986, the lineup changed again. The gray and the gold were discontinued, and the lineup became the black angle for drier lane conditions, the blue angle for medium conditions, and this ball, the purple angle, for heavy oil conditions. Now after that, in the 1987 to 1989 time period, there were 3 more angles released, those that I do not have. There was the Angle LD, LD standing for limited distance, which was an orange swirl pearl urethane ball for very dry conditions. There was the Angle Plus, which was a very soft-shelled black urethane ball for super heavy oil conditions. And then finally there was the Ultra Angle, which was AMF's first 2-piece ball, meaning a ball that had a core at the center. All of the other angles are pancake black balls, or called 3-piece balls. It's hard to understate how popular the AMF Angle was in the 1980s. A lot of people talk about the Fab Ball Hammers from the 1980s being the best balls of that generation, and I won't disagree with that. But Fab Ball Hammers were very expensive at the time, and if you couldn't afford those, you could afford an AMF Angle. These balls appeared regularly on the PBA telecasts on Saturday afternoon on ABC. Professionals like Mads Carlsen, Pete Couture, Gary Skidmore, Don Janello, definitely Brian Voss and Pete Weber were constantly throwing AMF Angles and winning tournaments with them. So they were definitely one of the 3 great lines of bowling balls from the 1980s, the others being the Fab Ball Hammers as well as the Columbia U-Dots. So enough talking. Why don't we take these balls out onto the lanes. We're going to go to Parkview Bowl in Rochester, New York, which has 1980s lane conditions for which these balls were designed. And let's see how they compare against each other. That's all she wrote.